welcome to my channel. It is about to be that time of year again, and from the title you can see we're about to get Black Friday and Cyber Weekend ready. Now, it's not something that was huge in the UK back in the day, but now it's like the biggest thing ever, and I feel like it's really important for those of you who are real hardcore shoppers and you really want your bargains to get ready to do the right thing and make sure you shop effectively. So if you don't want to get trampled and wait outside store for hours and hours or miss out on your best deals, then I think this video should hopefully be useful to you. Now, before I get started, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do. It is absolutely free to do. I love it, and give a thumbs up for videos like this if you find them useful and helpful. So the first thing that's really important when it comes to shopping for Black Friday and Cyber Weekend is to make sure you have your list ready. Like, this is not about, oh, I'm just gonna walk into the shops and leisurely see and think about what you want. No, honey, this is not the time to do it. You need to use military precision to get ready for your weekend shopping. Make a list in priority of what you want. So my order priority when it comes to making my list is number one, electricals. So that's my cameras, my drones, my laptops, techie appliances, the NutriBullet, that kind of stuff. I really want a coffee machine. So these are the things that are on my top of my list because I know I'm going to get a really good price on them. After that, it's going to be my expensive or my designer item. I know that if I can get 20 or 30% on it, it's going to be really useful. After that, it's going to be my seasonal essentials. So things like coats and boots that are often a bit pricey, but if you can get a really good discount, are going to make a huge difference. And then I'll get some other essential bits and bobs that are a bit more throwaway. But if you don't have a list and a priority when it comes to shopping, you're going to end up with a ton of tat that you don't actually want and that actually you don't get that good a deal on. So after that, you're going to need to choose your main stores. Now, obviously, if you're shopping online, you can go to way more than one store, but if you're not, you've got to target 2 or 3. For me, I think it's really important to hit the department stores, so the Selfridges, the Nordstroms, the House of Frasers, the John Lewis, as well as hitting the electrical stores, so Currys and Argos and Jessops. Like, the big stores that sell a lot of items are likely to give you great discounts. So somewhere like Apple, they don't normally participate in Black Friday, but actually if you go to Currys, they might have £100 off like they did last year on an Apple phone. Also, if you choose your stores wisely, you can hopefully just go to one place to do all the shopping that you need, and you don't have to traipse up and down the streets. So my next tip is to put your items on hold before the event's happening. So if it's Monday right about now, you better get your carts ready. If you are shopping online, one great thing that you can try doing is putting stuff in your cart, so your normal shopping cart. Don't buy anything and abandon cart, and often retailers send you an email of all the things that you have abandoned in your cart, and sometimes they give you an extra discount on top of the Black Friday discount. If they're not doing that, make sure you have those items saved either the night before or the day before, so that when it comes to shopping, you don't have to click or search or whatever. You know what you want, you're gonna have it in your basket, and you just have to click, literally go. And there's a way you can kind of do this in store, which is kind of a bit tricky, and some places are a bit funny about this, but if you go shopping physically in store, normally they'll hold items for you on hold for 2 to 3 days. So if you go shopping on Wednesday and say, I want to buy this on Friday, they're not allowed to disclose whether or not there's sales or not beforehand, so they might be able to hold the item for you until Friday, and then you can stroll into the store like, excuse me sir, I had something on hold from before. So if you can do that, it's going to make your shopping life way more easy. The next tip is to be registered with your favorite retailers. So that is following them on social media, making sure you're part of their mailing list. And I know loads of us hate to be part of mailing lists, but sometimes they're really, really useful. Some of my favorites are the Pretty Little Things, Selfridges, I absolutely love. Last year, they actually did a 20% and 30% sale off before Black Friday if you were on their membership list, and you could only get it if you had an email. And last year I was able to buy some nice things way before the sales. I got what I wanted before everybody else knew about it. So my next tip is to go into store and test and try beforehand. If you know the size, the color that you need, if it's either makeup or lipstick or clothing, you better go into the stores beforehand, because you're not going to be able to do it on Black Friday or during the sales. You are going to be dealing with a ton of people not knowing what they're doing. It's going to be hectic. So have it in your mind. What do you want? Where is it based? Like, get the lay of the land in the store beforehand. You need to be some, what's it called, Crocodile Dundee. You need to be ready, right? It's not time to be like, what do I want? No. So if you're gonna do the Black Friday shenanigans and you're gonna go in store, make sure you are dressed appropriately. It is about to be hot. It is going to be like a herd of hippos running into store. You're gonna get hurt potentially. So just make sure you're wearing the right footwear. Make sure you're wearing the right layers. Forget a coat because you're not gonna need it. It gets crazy when you're shopping. So my next tip is to bring your own bag. Now this sounds kind of random, and when you are shopping, the baskets are gonna be full and people are gonna be fighting over them. If you can walk in with your own bag, like, you know, one of those granny trolleys, and there's no shame. If you've got a granny trolley, or you can snatch it from a granny or your own grandma, trust me, you're just shopping, you put your items in there and you go to the cash point, you are not worried about anything, right? If you got one of those really big IKEA bags, so when you're shopping you can just put the stuff in there and not have to worry about everyone else, it's gonna make a huge difference for you. The worst thing you want to be is that person fighting over a basket. It's not a good look. Just walk in with your own stuff. But be careful you don't get done for shoplifting or walking out with that bag. And my next hack is to consider how you're paying. And this is for those of you who are in the position to pay off credit cards and, you know, you have the money and you can afford it. If you ain't got no money, you can't afford it, then stop, pause. It's not about using your credit card for just clothing. It's not that deep. However, if you have the means and the how to pay for something on a credit card, then it's a great way to protect yourself when it comes to shopping online and offline from further discounting that you might have missed, or if there's an extra layer of protection if something goes wrong. The great thing about credit cards is that you do have buyer protection in a lot of circumstances, but make sure you aim to pay it off and you can afford to pay everything off in full. Finally, don't panic. I know some people get excited and they get carried away and it's Black Friday, but do you know what? You can buy clothes and shoes, right? They come and they go, and if you don't get anything for, you know, Black Friday, you might get something on Cyber Monday. If you don't get something in the Boxing Day sales, you'll get something in the January sales. Sales come and go, and a lot of it is just a marketing strategy to get people to buy stuff that they don't necessarily need. So be smart about it and try and be conscientious when it comes to your purchasing choices. So guys, those are my top tips when it comes to getting ready for the Black Friday season. I hope you find it really useful, and happy shopping. I'm gonna have a link in the description bar below of one of my favorite stores to go to, as well as some of my tips and tricks and some of the key things that I want to buy this season. So guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you later. Bye.